good evening, and welcome to Try Not to Die Thursday. Starting a little touch late because I had a small technical issue, which I have now ironed out. So we are good for the evening. Tonight I will be continuing my playthrough of a lightway to midway modded game of Darkest Dungeon. Where I have I have carefully selected the mods to try to make things more interesting without making things too easy. And we'll see if I actually made good choices as I continue on, because a bunch of the classes that I've added to the game are ones I don't know how to use yet. So that should be interesting. And my Twitch app just went down on my tablet so that I can't see chat. That is lovely. We will have just a small delay before I get started here, while I get that back up and running. There we go. Now I can see everything. Supposedly. So we will go straight into Darkest Dungeon, where we left off last week. We had just returned from a dungeon trip, and I was running late, so nobody got sent to treatment or stress relief or anything like that, as I remember. Nope, nobody at the Abbey. We had not checked out the stagecoach yet, so that's... Nobody's at the Abbey, and only the caretaker is at the bar. Alright. So, first thing to do is to check out the stagecoach, because, as I remember, there were some classes in here that I didn't have before, and also some repeats that I might want to consider. I have been enjoying the Templar, even though I've only been able to take him out once so far. But the problem is that this particular Templar has the negative quirk of being antsy, which means that every week he's left idle in town, he gains stress. Which is very unfortunate, because I have a very full roster here, and the majority of them are level 0s, and I can't just take the Templar out all the time. I also can't afford to have him in treatment every week. I frequently need those slots. So the question is this Templar that is in the stagecoach any better? And the answer is probably yes. A fast healer, Eldritch Slayer, very handy, and has a negative on stress, and the only negative quirk we have is that he has extra stress if any humans are alive. And I honestly don't think that that's a terrible quirk to have. It's one that can be dealt with. Let's see, and he has Righteous Blow, he has Reckoning, he has his Heal, which I don't believe the other one has, and he has a Guard. So, yes, I'm going to say that this Templar is definitely better than the one that we have. So I'm going to send Bajot away if I can. I occasionally get a small glitch here where I can't actually send people away. It's like they resist. But I just have to open them up again, and farewell, Bajot.
Another soul battered and broken, cast aside like a spent torch.
Yes, well, he was going to be a problem. So, we will bring in the new Templar. Now, we already have a Hierophant who is a Warren's adventurer and a warrior of light, although he is off guard, which means that he takes his first turn a little slow. And we're just going to take a moment here. There we go. I could have sworn that I had silenced those bots by banning their favorite word. I'll have to check into that after the stream. Hello, Sierra Lad. You arrived just in time for a banishment. And now how do I close that? Oh boy. Oh. Well, that's not what I wanted at all. No, thank you. I did. I very much did kick them in the bot nuts. Okay. Alright, we were looking at our Hierophant, who looks pretty fine. And this is the new one, who has, well, Wheeled Tactician, yay, and Stout, but slow reflexes overall and not just for the first round, so I think we're going to leave this one on the cart. Now, what I'm very interested in is this milkmaid, because I don't have one yet. This one is not great as far as having a fear of mankind and is easily stunned. But she is the first milkmaid that I've gotten, so I think I will be taking her anyway if I can. Yes, I can expand my hero barracks. Alright, so it should take a little while to fill up those 10 more slots that I added. Let's see, the milkmaid is mostly a damage class with some support, so I'm going to put her down here with the harlot. The two of them can hang out. They can be pals. And we also have another plague doctor, although I already have the two, so I think I'm going to leave this one be, as I have so many heroes that I need to level. I'm just trying to be selective and only picking up ones that are better than what we have, or who have, what is the best way to put it, who I don't have yet. I want to complete my collection. I added quite a few classes to this game. I must have at least one of each. The rules say so. My rules. The rules I made. So, that is recruitment. And we're mostly alright on stress here as I scroll distractingly through everyone, except for our Vestal here, who both got very stressed out in the last dungeon and managed to pick up hemophilia in the dungeon. And both of those are going to have to be taken care of. The question is, what order? It's very important to me to get this one back into working order because of the Hippocratic quirk that she has there. So, I believe I will start by curing her hemophilia. So we shall take her to the medical ward. No, I don't have any orcs, but some Vestals just heal better than others. So, now that we took care of that, I'm avoiding raising anybody's equipment or buying any skills on them until I have more of my roster to level 1. You can see how the level 1s are nicely lit up, and the level 0s, which are the ones that I currently get from the coach, are not. And, well, I won't know who I want to raise or how I want to raise people until I've had a bit more practice with all my various new people. And I do have an awful lot of level 0s that need to be taken care of. So, it's time to go to the dungeon. Or a dungeon, anyway. And the Warrens, now level 1. Okay. So, the question is where to go. I'm going to leave off doing the quest that is currently selected, which is a boss killing quest, because I want to take all level 1s with at least upgraded armor on that one. And money is, I consider money to be a little tight at the moment, so that will definitely not be happening until I've raised the roster and my bank account a little. So, we have several other quests to choose from. Let's see what's up on offer. We have a medium for activating corrupted altars. I'm not sure. I could afford to go on a camping quest at this point. I'm just not sure if I want to, but let's see. The prize for that is a trinket for Soothsayer only, which is one of the mod classes that I don't have yet. So, alright. And what do we have in the Warrens? We have a medium quest in the Warrens for 90% of the rooms. For a trinket for an heir. Increases the heir's stress, but also increases their protection. Interesting. Over in the Cove, we have a short mission for completing room battles that will, it will reward with a common artifact that just raises accuracy on melee skills. I have numerous people who could use that. And we also have a short for exploring 90% of the rooms that gives a scouting whistle for Houndsmaster. I think I might actually have one of those already. Let's check. Sort by character class. No, I don't have a whistle. Unless I very much doubt I equipped it because I haven't been equipping. Nope, I did not. I do not have a whistle. Okay. We have a short in the Weald for exploring 90% of the rooms, which a warrior bracer for 10% damage to melee skills at the cost of dodge. And a medium in the Weald for exploring 90% of the rooms, which rewards with a sextant for the Stargazer, which I do actually have one of those, which gives a greater scouting chance and more speed at the cost of dodge. How much dodge does a Stargazer actually have? Let's check. He has 15 dodge. My goodness, he could possibly afford to lose the 7 dodge, but I'm not sure. I'm actually inclined to go after this warrior's cap because it has no negatives. So I believe that that's what I'll do. So I actually have the Stargazer here. I believe he's good in the Cove. I'm pretty sure he can blight quite a bit. Let's see. I have a chart that I made of everybody, which makes things very easy. Oh no, the Stargazer does not blight. Oh, but he does have riposte. He has a counterattack, so, you know, this is one of the transforming classes that I don't know how to use. So, why not learn? Question is, where does he want to stand? He wants to stand in the back, so I've put him in the right place, I think. I'm not even sure how to transform this particular character. And, oh, well, she's curious, but let's take her anyway. Let's take our other Vestal. I worry that my Vestals are going to level beyond being useful for the boss quest, but I will cross that bridge when I come to it. And let's see. Well, why don't I take the new Templar? There are relatively few humans in the coves, and he needs levels, so let's use him as our tank. And who shall our second line be? Somebody with armor piercing, perhaps. I don't have very much selection on that according to my chart, alas. But I see my shield breaker could use a level. So let's take her. Okay, this three out of 4 of this party I pretty much know what I'm doing with. I did take the other Templar out for a spin, so we'll see if I can't figure out the Stargazer on the way. Now, let's take some extra holy water. Now there's a short mission. I can't remember. Are any of you nervous eaters? No. Okay. 12 food should be plenty for a short mission. We'll take a bunch of shovels. Apparently we'll take all the shovels. We'll take some bandages. We'll take some medicinal herbs. We'll take a skeleton key. And let's take 12 torches, you know, just that'll probably be too much, but okay, I feel pretty reasonable about what I'm going with. Let's get this party started. I don't really understand what you mean by my second line. Hello, Steel. I've just entered my first dungeon for the evening, so so far it's going great.
These salt-soaked caverns are teeming with pelagic nightmares. They must be flushed out.
So we are starting with... oh boy, it's round. I can't actually complain about that too much. I can just go up and over and down, and I'll only have to backtrack once.
If only treasure could staunch the flow of otherworldly corruption.
Oh, Okay, a torch, some cash, and a journal page. The game is called Darkest Dungeon. I am playing it on PC. I believe it is also available on the Switch, I think. My game is also modified because you can do that with PC games. I've changed a few of the rules for my own comfort, and I have also added a bunch of classes to the game that don't exist in that didn't exist before I added them. Two of which are actually in my party. And we have the Blackest of Fates, 2 out of 5. In that same instant, we found ourselves in a place of suffocating dark, facing a creature that defies description and whose recollection causes my quill jump and shudder. It is merciful, only fragments of our battle remain in my psyche. I see Cuthbert hacking at the quivering appendages of the monster. I recall how a piece of its flesh sloughed off and of its own twisted accord sprang onto Boleyn, piercing her stout plate. The occultist, as if to offer himself as tribute, was torn apart by its writhing limbs. And I'm actually going to be leaving this journal page behind because one of the comfort mods that I'm using allows me to save the journal pages without having to carry them back to town, so that saves me an inventory slot. Because these 2 rows that you see right there, that's the entire of my inventory. There is no more after that. So, continuing onwards. It is a very cool game. It's also kind of addictive. And, we did... Alright, so now we have the Stargazer, which is one of the mod classes that I don't know how to use yet. So what do we have here? We have... Well, this is a knockback that will get him towards Transcendence. We have a guard, which heals. Okay. Well, I guess I'll use the knockback. Yes, on PC it's available both through Steam and Epic Games. Everything that I'm using is through Steam because I have the game through Steam. So these are all connected through the Steam Workshop, which I find very convenient. And speaking of which, I actually created a custom command for this, so let me use it. Ta-da! I'm very proud of making bots go. Okay, so now we have the Shield Breaker, which is a class I actually know how to use. I like her because she's armor piercing. Alright, have a good one, Sierra Lad. If you can, leave me tabbed. Okay, and my Vestal already has work to do. Let's heal the Shield Breaker because she's a little more fragile. And... sure, let's go for a righteous blow on our stress inducer back here.
As the fiend falls, a faint hope blossoms.
Steam is definitely my go-to as well. I have several issues with the Epic Games Store. And my Stargazer is floating? Okay, so Transcend is the one state and Pensive is the other state. And... okay, let's use this one because it pierces armor and does an AoE. Alright, and we'll we'll heal up the Templar. Oh, nice crit. And he dodged. That is excellent. Okay. Sure, let's blight the stress inducer. Oh, no, wait. Nope, it's dead.
Maintain
It's
the
murdered.
offensive.
Okay, so let's thump the next most injured one.
Continue the onslaught. Destroy them all.
As I will say, the Templar has a very pleasing thump. It's just a really good thump is what it is. Alright, select a skill, then do it.
Press this advantage. Give them no quarter.
There we go.
These nightmarish creatures can be felled. They can be beaten.
And a whole bunch of stuff. Crests and deeds, which are currency for buying up in town, gold and gold. Alright, so we'll reset our order. An unlock strongbox, so we'll just open that sucker. Oh, more gold and more item worth gold. Basically, when I go back to town at the end of the quest, or if things get absolutely horrible here, everything in my inventory will be sold. And I will get the money that it's worth. Okay, that's a fish carcass. I have a list for this as well. There's so many things to keep track of that I have ended up creating an entire notebook of just information. As a fixed carcass, I add medicinal herbs too. Oh, there we go. That's lots of stuff. Extra food, more items worth gold, another torch. Speaking of which, I should probably light up. Light level is very important when you're running dungeons.
Mariner, another misfortune.
It affects the amount of stress that your characters have. It affects whether or not the mobs that you run up against are surprised, like these ones are currently. And it affects whether or not the enemy monsters crit more or less. And it also affects the amount of loot that you get. There's a lot of things that are affected by the amount of light that you are working with. Okay, so let's see if we can push. Nope. Alas. So I want to get this one with the staff, the shaman, out as soon as possible because it causes extra stress to the party, which is much more of a killer than the damage frequently.
Confidence surges as the enemy crumbles.
There we go. And a nice dodge to follow it up. Okay, well, this seems to be the best thing that I've got. Let's see. Well, that's 6 points of damage, and my Stargazer is now defying gravity again. And let's try out this. Okay, so it gives himself a debuff, but is a fairly decent heal. I like that. Okay, so let's Blight Crawl. You leave these guys too long, they explode,
Death by
so...
inches.
And let's heal up the Templar. And... well, let's try this one. Oh, it only hits the second row. Never mind. This one? Oh my goodness. Well, that was significant.
A trifling victory, but a victory nonetheless.
Alright, we have Journal of Darius, Highwayman, 6 out of 6, which I believe we got multiple copies of last week. My end, I scroll this, victim of cruel fortune, who took me up on my wager, for I have lost my lucky coin, and I now lie helpless as my blood flows swiftly from my ruined body. My fingers are cold. It was no trap, nor raving cultist that sealed my fate. We were ambushed by strange, undulating shapes, 2 small entities that I cannot hope to describe, and a third, much larger beast. Poor Moira was crushed into a pulp as Therion defended her. He soon lost his arm and his wits left him. Shambler, Shambler, he kept shrieking as Raven yanked him to flee. I tried to play hero to buy them a few moments. I blew away one of the smaller monsters, last shot, then smashed into the wall, the big one. Maybe they made it out. Darius came to a bad end. But yes, we have so many torches, we can afford to be quite wasteful with them. Which is a good thing, because now we've surprised another group. Well, let's give this guy a nice shove, if we can. And she's actually the most stressful in this group, as far as I'm concerned, so... oh no! She dodged! Maybe I can stun her. Oh, excellent. And we'll give her a righteous blow. Yeah, and that's why I like to take out the shamans. Well, now things are quite messy. Okay, so... let's try... that horribly damaging one from before. Oh boy. And he resisted stunning himself. Oh, he's much stronger than I thought he would be. Well, let's get some blight going on this guy. And we'll just top up the shield breaker here. Well, not quite, but close. Oh boy, double bleed. But that's what I brought all the bandages for. We'll just put on a band-aid, everything will be fine. Well, he can't quite reach the shaman, more's the pity, so let's give this guy a follow. Oh, he's getting very stressed now. Oof. Oh boy, more band-aids. Let's let's see if we can't yank this shaman forward a bit. Works for me. The question is, do I... Well, let's see what this one does. Good enough. Okay, let's heal this guy. I was hoping for a crit. And I can... Well, I'm just gonna continue chipping away at this guy because the Shield Breaker's armor pierce is... Alright. Good dodge. I'm actually going to leave the bleed ticking on him at this point. Oh! Oh, that's a crit. A crit and a dodge. Handy. Okay, so let's give the Templar a bit more HP. Just to counter that bleed that's going on right now. There we go.
Foolish horrors. Brought low and driven into the mud.
Okay, we've picked up a Hellion trinket. That's a nice Hellion trinket. Alright. We'll try to take that home. Because I'm starting to run out of inventory space. Oh, and we got a scout. Okay, so the next room is empty, but then the room down at the bottom has a battle, and since this is complete 100% of room battles, we definitely have to go there. And we don't know whether or not the last room has one, because it wasn't included in the scouting. But we shall see. If the quest completes after doing that one room battle down there... Oh boy, 2 of the exploding guys and a stun mob. It is a pity that this particular shield breaker does not have her AoE. Well, let's just, yeah, that's what I was hoping to avoid. Oh, good on you for dodging. Hooray. Alright, let's top up the Templar because he's still bleeding. And... give you a shove. Yes, there we go. Okay. Now we just have to worry about these guys exploding. Their grabs are fairly nasty, but their explosions are very bad. Oh boy, that's a lot of HP. And our Templar has become paranoid.
The walls close in.
Dear.
The shadows whisper of conspiracy.
Okay, this was the one that did the massive amounts of damage, right? And he stunned himself, but man. Okay. Kill that one off. Excellent. No! Oh. Oh, that's terrible.
This expedition at least promises success.
Alright, so we'll use some of our extra food. And we'll get our Templar back to a state of mostly functional. And what was left was 2 curios in this hallway. Oh, let's reset our order.
A handsome reward.
Yeah, certainly take those
well
busts,
performed.
yes.
Packs laden with loot are often low on supplies.
And another journal page. We are strong in the journal pages. A trampled journal, 2 of 4. We fought in the East Gallery, filled with portraits of our ancient lineage, uncaring witnesses to the slaughter. Alhazared, the fiery heartbeat of our retinue, wrought keen havoc in our enemies' ranks. I keenly feel his absence even as I remember voiding myself upon seeing his lifeless body fall, blood pouring from his screaming mouth, some cruel knife having rent his lungs to gore. Yet we were victorious, and thus we press on. Well, that was quite visceral. Okay. And scouting. There is a battle in that last room. Okay, that is good to know. And there's a trap in the hallway we're about to head to. Just a moment here. Oh, trap 0%, 20%, 10%, and 20%. Our Vestal is going to attempt the trap. Okay, food check. Everybody eat.
As the light gains purchase, spirits are lifted,
I'm
and
just gonna
purpose
keep
is
the
made
map up
clear.
here. Yeah, there goes that curiosity.
Wealth beyond measure,
Alright, more
awarded
deeds,
to the
that's
brave
good.
and the foolhardy alike.
And there's a trap just before the door. There it is. And I failed on disarming it.
Cruel machinations spring to life with a singular purpose.
What? No surprise? That's bad. Yeah, once they get a negative quirk, they start abusing other people. I'm not going to debuff him. It's a pity that one of the people who can bring the shaman into reach isn't available, but I'll just start hitting the thrall. There we go. There will be no explosions today. Or at least in this battle. Oh, that's bad. Okay, so let's try this. Interesting. Okay, please don't refuse. He refused. Oh dear. Negative quirks. Negative afflictions is what it's called when you reach 100 stress and get a bad one. Oh, and there's even more stress. Let's see if I can... And it dodged. But at least he resisted the stun. Okay. Oh, right. It only works on the front, too. Alright.
Devastating blow.
That was a well-timed crit. Alright, we're gonna try again. Thank you for letting me do that. Alright, let's start working on the armored one. Let's see, there was one here that... No, I guess I'll just use that one again. And it misses. And he stuns himself. Oh dear. Well, if you're going to move back there, then you might as well heal yourself. Please let me heal you. Thank you! That was a good one. They are at that. Okay, let's... I don't like that this puts the Stargazer right up front, but... Okay. Oh boy. That's why I don't like to have the squishy ones up front. Alright, take a step back, young man. I forgot to cure your bleed. I'm gonna regret that. Well, let's, I'll make him even slower, but it means that the Stargazer might survive this. And forward with the shield breaker, and now we're back to where we started.
Slow death. Unforeseen. Unforgiving.
Okay, heal our Stargazer. Okay. Oh! Nice crit.
As victories mount, so too will resistance.
And this is something that anyone can equip, so I'm actually... This is going to seem weird, but I'm going to put this on the Vestal just so that I have room in the inventory, because I'm running out. Now the question is, rubies are worth 1,250 each, whereas these are only worth 250 each, so I'm going to switch them for the rubies. And we shall cure the bleeding, rearrange our order, and head back up.
The match is struck. A blazing star is born.
Okay, so we have a short hallway with a curio in it. This takes a shovel. And we tossed out those bars so that we can't take more, so...
The light, the promise of safety.
I can afford to be extremely wasteful with torches because I've been very lucky. Alright, so we have a curio and a battle in this hallway. And the curiosity goes off again. Empty.
In Radiance, may we find victory.
And we didn't surprise them, and there's a madman. Oh no. Oh. Refracted?
Madness, our old friend.
What is refracted? Well, it's marked with a dark one, which is bad, so I'm just going to assume that it's going to make things more difficult. Okay, let's see if we can push this guy
Well
back.
struck.
Well, not the one that I wanted him to attack, but it's not actually a bad thing.
The wounds of war can be healed, but never hidden.
Well, let's get to work on this madman. Oh no, he dodged. Oh no. Oh. Oh no. Oh, the stress. Our Templar is not looking good. And our shield breaker is irrational.
Reeling, gasping, taken over the edge into madness. A hand's
Oh,
breadth
boy.
from becoming
Oh.
unwound.
Okay, okay. Lay hands. No? Oh, refusal of laying of hands. What else have we got? Let's try this one. Let's see if this hits.
Annihilated.
Oh my, that hit like a truck. And she has no self-heal. And she's stressing everybody else out. Hit the shaman. Okay. Oh, why? I know why, but why? That's just straight up weird. Okay, there goes the Vestal. A good one! A good one at last!
Many fall in the face of chaos, but not this one. Not today.
And back to death's
Teetering
door
on the
goes the
brink,
shield breaker.
facing the abyss.
Hit the shaman? Oh man. Okay, no! Oh, RNG, why? Why? Please, why? Oh. And the Templar decides to act on his own. I wish he'd defended the shield breaker instead of the Stargazer, but... We'll try casting the stress reducer on the Templar because he is in a very bad state indeed.
perched at the very precipice of oblivion.
Again. Thank goodness for a little bit of stalwartness. And a crit. A crit's good too. What does he have? Does he have anything that hits the back row?
A decisive pummeling.
Alright, that works. I'll take that. Oh, everybody in my party has lost their mind. Okay, heal the Vestal? Oh, eeny, meeny, miny, mo. 10, 8, 14. Okay, Shield Breaker wins. Insanity is very contagious in this game. Once one of them gets really stressed out, they start stressing the other ones out. Why did you do that? Oh my goodness. That was a stun and a half.
Seize this momentum. Push on to the task's end.
Okay, that's an anti-venom. I'm okay without it. I don't need it. Apparently we're going to go into the final room battle looking like this. Everybody's crazy. It's all good. It's wonderful.
The way is lit. The path is clear. We require only the strength to follow it.
I'm just going to shove food down people's throats. Because this is the last room, I don't need that food anymore. We are at as full a torch as we can have. Let's go. I wish they'd been surprised. The torch was really high. Okay, well, let's shove this guy back. And he resists it, but at least he's got damaged. Alright, so... stab her? Oh... At least somebody on my side can dodge too. Alright. Well, let's top up the shield breaker, maybe? Oh, he's getting so close to 200. When stress hits 200, they start having heart attacks. Ah! Yay for dodge. Okay, let's just shove this guy back if we can. Oh, he resisted it. I'm okay with that. I knew it was probably going to happen, but I'd hoped. Okay, so the Shield Breaker and the Templar are really set up for heart attacks at this point.
Surgical precision.
I don't know if his Reckoning really has enough extra damage, but let's find out. Oh, Shield Breaker is not looking good. Well, dodging is good. Dodging is excellent. And he has a heart attack.
Test. Hold fast or expire.
Heal. I wish the Vestal's statements would heal. Oh, no. I'll keep trying until I find somebody who'll accept it. Did you just hit our healer? Okay, that's one down. And she has a heart attack.
Terrible vistas of emptiness reveal themselves.
Oh, and that's the Vestal. I don't know what to use. Let's try this one. And it dodges. Please don't refuse. And he refuses. Okay, guarded the one I'm not trying to hit. That's good. That's fine. That's wonderful. Okay. Oh, it has a 2-round cooldown. That's not good. Oh, that's good though. That's excellent. Okay, well, let's aim for this guy, and if it hits the other one, that's fine.
Impressive.
Oh, but he stunned himself. That's not great. Oh, he's bleeding again. Last band-aid. Okay, I'll take that. Especially when something like that happens.
A time to perform beyond one's limits.
She's doing an excellent job of reducing her own stress. demand heals. Let's see. Okay, the one with more hit points, that's good. I'm taking what victories I can, darn it. Okay, I don't think that the guard is actually going to be useful in this situation, so... Oh! Oh yes, I'll take that. That's good. Yes, I know you're bleeding. I have no more band-aids. Oh,
Remind
look,
yourself
another
that
torch.
overconfidence is a slow and insidious killer.
Okay, I'm just going to continue for a moment because I'm pretty sure that I want to use this idol here. Oh wait, that's a fish idol, isn't it? Yes, it is. Oh, that's a damage buff. Well, I guess I won't be using that after all. Let's get out of this place while I still have 3 out of the 4 alive.
At last, wholesome marine life can flourish. If indeed there is such a thing.
That definitely could have gone better. I mean, it could also have gone worse, but it definitely really could have gone better. Alas, poor Shieldbreaker. But we did get a pile of heirlooms and a nice bundle of cash. And hey, the Templar and the Stargazer leveled up. Okay, the Templar got second wind, plus damage if HP is below 50%. Where was this before? Our Stargazer got advanced medical training, which means that his healing skills and healing received have gotten better. That is excellent. And Tally has developed a fear of mankind. And Last Gasp, which gives her greater speed if her HP is low. And our shield breaker is no longer for this world. I'm very sad because Shieldbreaker is a really useful class. What
The
with the armor
degeneracy of the
piercing.
hamlet is nothing, I fear, when compared to the condition of surrounding acres.
Oh, and I have gotten a blueprint. Excellent. Yep, the hamlet is growing, and news of your presence is emboldening craftsmen to return. You may now construct all new buildings. They're expensive, but provide unique bonuses that may help you in your endeavors to cleanse the estate. That is really handy, although I doubt that I can buy a building right away. But here we go. Our other Vestal has undergone effective disease treatment and no longer has hemophilia. And we got a blueprint. And 2 of our party leveled and 1 died. So, that's us. I blame myself for not knowing how to effectively use the Stargazer to reduce stress. I probably should have been using that reduce stress skill in every battle, and I wasn't. And now we have to send everyone for stress relief. Let's see. You do not have any restrictions. And oh, neither does our stargazer. Alright, we're going to send our stargazer. Actually, let's increase the stress
A
recovery.
little hope, however desperate, is never without worth.
For both the places I'm planning on using here. Alas, I do not have enough to... I can reduce the treatment cost for prayer, so I think I'm going to do that.
Gilded icons
go.
and dogmatic rituals. For some, a tonic against the bloodshed.
Alright, so our stargazer is going to meditate. Seems like something he'd enjoy. And our Templar is going to go pray. And that's them for the week. Our Vestal, on the other hand, mostly healed herself of stress. She might be usable again this week, but I'm not sure. Still, as far as it goes, we do have other healers for me to try out, so we're not completely bereft. And we do have so many more people who need leveling, and probably more who are on the way. In the meantime, here we go, district currencies. Most district buildings require blueprints and heirlooms to build. Blueprints are dropped when bosses are killed. Color of Madness districts require shards, which are earned in the farmstead. The mill is unique in that it requires memories. Memories are mostly dropped in the Endless Harvest quest by killing the Sleeper. Those are associated with the Color of Madness DLC, which I do have installed on this game. But I haven't actually set foot in there because, once again, it's a place that I only want to go once people have been, have their equipment raised and perhaps have learned some different skills and such. I have not actually played in Color of Madness, but I've watched other people play in the farmstead, and it is a scary place. So, the districts basically have extra buildings. They're not active buildings like the ones that are in the hamlet, but they're passive buildings that give various bonuses. So we have all sorts of things that affect this, that, or the other thing. In my opinion, the four best buildings are the ones that are right here. The bank makes it so that any gold that is left behind in town earns interest while you're off doing the dungeon. So any gold that you don't spend provisioning earns some interest. Cartographer's Camp makes it so that torchlight in the dungeon works better. The granary makes it so that food heals more and that you get free food whenever you go on a dungeon quest. And the puppet theater increases the stress relief in town to make it 10 per week. These are all extremely handy things, but the question is which one to go for first. I suspect I may try for the bank first. It's a very difficult one, given that it requires 15,000 gold just to get started, but I am halfway to the number of portraits that I need. So, perhaps that one. I don't have enough of anything to get any building at this point, but there are also specialty buildings that give bonuses to certain classes within the game. Those would be the ones that I'd go for last, rather than the overall benefit ones. But yes, let's check out the stagecoach and see who's arrived. Aha! Well, we have another harlot. I am enjoying the harlot that we have. Compound interest for the win, yes. Let's see. We have a second harlot here. She has Daredevil, which gives her greater dodge if she's dying. And Musical, which means that if I have a Jester, she'll heal more. And she also is obsessed with cleanliness and obsessed with sainthood. Moving along. She has the bleed skill. She has a kiss of death, which is a mark. She has heart of gold, which, strange one. And she has flashin' the goods, which is a stress heal. Despite her desire for sainthood, I think I can deal with the rest, so let's just put her with Rome. Just as a by-the-by, I am happy to rename anybody in the roster who is not Dismas or Reynald or hasn't already been named by somebody else before, especially the ones with names I can't pronounce. Well, you know, what is a harlot doing here anyway? We do have a brothel, but it's fully staffed. These girls want to go into the dungeon. And we also have a Jester, which is a class that we did not have yet. This is one of the base game classes. A damage dealer and a buffer of sorts. This one is robust, which means he has disease resist. That's excellent. You know, some would call it a spiritual experience, Steel. You don't know. You don't know. Has increased chance of losing money while gambling. And has low stun resist. Not the greatest of traits. Let's see, it has Harvest, which is a handy skill that hits the middle of the team with nice bleed attack. Has the Solo, which is a mark that can be used twice per battle. Has a buff for the party, and has an inspiring tune which reduces stress. And is named Cruel. We have a Jester named Cruel. Well, welcome to the party. We'll put you with the harlots.
He will be laughing still at the end.
Alright, and we have a second Falconer up, and I still haven't used the first one. Where is my Falconer? I'm trying to put all the DDs like types together, but I'm not the best at it. Alright. Hello, Ask! Good evening! Alright, the one that we have is a Cove Explorer and Spiritual. Oh, if only I'd realized that, I would have taken her to the Cove. She's marked by the Flock, which is standard for Falconers as far as I know. And is a witness who will not pray, because she's seen things. She does have her skill switch skill, which is important because each of the Falconer's skills have 2 effects which can be switched between. Okay, so that's that Falconer, and this Falconer is an Eldritch Slayer, not bad, but is tuckered out, so loses damage if she is below 50% health. She also has her Adapt skill, which is good. and has the 3 of the other skills. I don't see her as being any better than the one that we already have. The marked by the flock thing is, well, it belongs to her anyway. I don't actually consider it to be a bad thing as long as I remember that it's there. So, marked by the flock is an unusual thing. It means that occasionally one of the monster encounters somewhere you go may be changed to a group of Talon brigands. And as long as I'm prepared for that, I don't see that as a problem. So I'm going to leave this falconer be. And, oh, we have a butcher. Alright, so the butcher that we have is a mankind hater, has photomania, which means he has less strength if the torch is high, and is a manslayer, but is tuckered out, so if he gets really damaged, well, he does less damage. And this butcher has a hard noggin, which means he has extra stun resist, and has plus speed if he's below 50%, but has an unquiet mind, which means he may not meditate. Yeah, I don't actually see a lot of difference between these two butchers, so in in preserving my state of mind, I'm going to leave this butcher behind in the stagecoach. He can keep the falconer company. Okay, so just to double check my horrifically large roster now, nobody has any diseases. We've already sent the super stressed people to get some R&R. Oh yes, we should probably also have Dakra go for stress relief, but I think, well, she won't meditate. You know what? Let's send her to the brothel. No, wait. Let's have her drink because it's less expensive. And we can make it so that that increases the stress recovery. And that way... There we go. Make it a double. Okay. And that's it for our maintenance section, because we're still working on raising our level 0s. Let's see what's on offer in the dungeons. The Necromancer Apprentice still needs dealing with, but I'm still not going there. We have a medium for 100% of the room battles. Oh wait, go out of there. Okay, there we go. 100% of room battles, a medium, rewards with... Oh yes, I nearly forgot. Unequip that trinket that I had dumped onto the Vestal to hold so that I would have the inventory space. Alright. Exorcist only trinket. This does increase his stress, but makes his protection and his stress heals better. In the Warrens, we have a short for completing 100% of room battles. That rewards with a flagellant only trinket that gives +4 speed if the HP is below 40%. Huh. Well... I'm not sure what to say about that, so moving along. We have a medium for 100% of room battles. That rewards with a common bleed resist charm. Or, well, not an uncommon that bleed resist charm that anyone can wear. A medium for 90% for exploring rooms, which is another one that anyone can wear. Move skill chance, move resist, and debuff, but takes away debuff resist. Oh boy. Let's see, we have another short here in the Weald for exploring 90% of rooms. That rewards with plus 10 dodge if HP is above 75, but minus 6 if below 50. Interesting. And a medium that rewards in a Stargazer item that gives accuracy, allows him to ignore stealth, and minus 4 dodge. Huh. I'm thinking this one. I think I'm going to put together a party to go to the Weald again. It's not been lucky for me so far, but someday my luck may turn. So, what have we got? Perhaps I shall bring the Lamia. She's obsessed with cleanliness, so, well, whatever. And she'll only go to the brothel, the dear. Thank you for showing up, Ask. And thank you for lurking. Let's see. Well, she doesn't have anything that keeps her out of the Weald, so let's use her. I hope your day wasn't too terrible, Ask. And since we're going to the Weald, we really could use one of our Eldritch haters. Where did I put one, or another, or multiples? Do you hate the Eldritch? No, you do not. I have a lot of Manslayers is what I've got. Oh, here we have a Weald adventurer. She gets less stress in the Weald. And she fights better naked. Let's go with that. I believe that this is another class I haven't actually used before. But I believe, yes, she mostly wants to stand near the front, so we'll have her in that slot. We're just going to keep going through until I find some... I'm sure I had some more Eldritch haters. I'm trying to, nope. Well, let's grab our occultist then, because occultists have eldritch damaging skills. Although this particular one does not have the particular skill that does extra damage to eldritch. That's great. Perhaps I should take our druid. She's mostly, let's leave her behind. We need a front line. Weird reconstruction receives less healing from it. Yes, that would be this one. But we do have the Lamia along as well, so we're just going to try to deal with that because, yes, we're going to take this party. This is alright. This will be fine. This is fun. It's only explore 90% of rooms, right? And last time I took the Lamia out, I didn't nearly get her killed. I did. Now, I believe that the Buried is a special class in that she has a chance of giving herself horror, which is why we've got the laudanum that has been granted to us. I'm going to take my chances and only bring along that because laudanum's expensive. So, let's grab some food. Take some shovels. We'll take all the bandages. Take some anti-venom. We'll take a skeleton key. We'll take some medicinal herbs. We'll take some holy water. And we'll take... We'll take an abundance of torches because I am a paranoid person, and also because the occultist skills eat torch. Alright. I'm using up a lot of inventory space with stuff right now, but hopefully it won't come to bite me. She said like it won't come to bite her. Alright. Into the Weald. Paths are littered with poisonous traps, which means I really should have brought more medicinal herbs, but I did not. I'm just going to have to try to remember which ones are poisonous and which ones are not. We shall see. I believe I have all the curious people doing other things, so here's hoping. This one's taking quite a while to load. I wonder what's going on. The first one didn't take this long to load. I'm very concerned. Okay, so the Buried is the one in this group that I have not used before. It's another transforming class, sort of like the Stargazer, in that using her skills transforms herself. However, I've not used her before, so...
I knew all these paths once. Now they are as twisted as my own ambitions.
So I hope that I learn her quickly on the fly. Okay, that's some very handy scouting indeed. That's good. The majority of what I have to deal with to start with is not combat. That's excellent. But I do want to go down this short path first, so let's see. You have 0% on traps. You have 40%. You have 20%. And you have 10. Congratulations, you're our trap person. So we'll just go forward until these mushrooms light up. There we go. Excellent. And I'm just gonna skip that. I'm gonna be coming back. I can make up my mind. I don't need to turn up the torch, but I am anyway. Now that sort of T-joint down at the bottom is annoying, so I'm actually going to go to this room. Let's give the mummified remains some bandages.
Finding the stuff is only the first test. Now it must be carried home. Nature herself, a victim to the spreading corruption, malformed with misintent.
This way, I'm only going to have to go down one arm of the T, so I don't have to backtrack quite as much. Back we go. I think I'm gonna leave the beast carcass be. If you've already explored the corridors, your torch doesn't go down quite as fast, which is handy. Now we'll get the light up, because we have a combat coming up. And it's spiders. Alright, what have we got here? That sends her back one. I don't think I need that. Blight. Well, let's try this one just to see what happens. And because I really dislike the green ones. Nice. Okay, weakening curse.
A singular strike.
Nice. Well, at least he resisted the stun. Let's just beat on the one that's already injured.
Surges as the enemy crumbles.
Oh yes, she has the horror clear, so she is actually a really good one to bring along with the buried. Oh, excellent dodge. I honestly don't know which one to use. Let's try this one.
Back to the pit.
And she gave herself horror.
Gnawing uncertainty.
I should have used that one first. I forgot that the Lamio could heal horror. Alright, what else do we have in this hallway? We have a curio. Some more gold to take home. I'm definitely for that. Okay, and then we have another battle coming up, so we'll give the torch a little nudge. Please be surprised. Hooray! Alright, let's... Oh, it only works on the front too. Well, let's... Yes. I do want to start her bleeding,
Devastating blow.
Yes, and you clear horror from her. Oh, wow, that was high-pitched. And... Oh? Oh. Well, that's not great. certainly take that. She's got 3 damage ticking, so she's dead on her next turn. Let's... and staff? Alright, and you move forward.
Great is the weapon that cuts on its own.
This is going too well. I'm very suspicious. Okay. Let's just... Oh, wow! That was a crit and a half. And then you use yours on him. No, you're fine. You're absolutely fine.
The horror.
Okay. Alright, and you clean.
Their formation is broken. Maintain the offensive.
Okay. Well, let's just use a weakening curse. Oh, this sends her back one.
Continue the onslaught. Destroy them all.
And gives her horror again. They're all dead. Why are we still in combat? There we go. I have no idea why that had to
Victory.
happen.
But a victory nonetheless.
Alright. Shield, the crests, and gold, and... Okay. Onwards. What do we have here? We have a troubling effigy. And we take a moment. Okay. We put holy water on this. And our buried is now tough, which gives her extra HP. Very handy. Okay. Onwards to the next room through the unknown. Alright, this one was working well for me before.
The abyss returns even the boldest gaze.
We're just gonna rain some sorrows on this guy because he's really annoying. Resisted the pull. To heal or to guard break? That is the question. let's heal. I probably should have healed the horror, but our buried is doing okay at the moment. Oh, that's unfortunate. Okay. That stresses the party. I'd prefer not to use that one. But, well... I would rather not move her. So let's use clarity. Get that thing bleeding some more. Get some heals going. Oh, and he resisted the bleed. Excellent.
Death by inches.
See, that's exactly why I healed him with both healing characters. Alright. Oh, nice crit. Okay, heal him. Ooh. Yep, you heal him too. Oh, that wasn't great. Let's see. He's ticking for 4, he'll die. Let's hit this one.
Festering fear consumes the mind.
The slow death. Unforeseen. Unforgiving.
Okay. We'll just heal herself. Give him a nice hit. Oh! Good crit. Excellent crit. 1 and 4 and 4 hit points left. He's done for. Let's see if we can get a little more HP into our flagellant.
Slowly, gently. This is how a life is taken.
Alright, more deeds, more gold, and a journal page. Page from a lost diary, 5 of 10. The journal entry is written in a very fine and elegant cursive. The audience cheered in excitement. The warrior was the physical embodiment of perfection. His chiseled body told of a man who had seen rigorous battles, while his long, flowing hair would have had many believe he was born from the gods. In one hand he held a fisherman's net, and in the other an ornate trident. He was so perfect that I had reason to believe he had attained his beauty through obscure means, just as I had. Oh my. Okay, so... Oh, we've still got like half this corridor to go.
The promise of safety.
And an empty crate. And we don't know what's to come in this room. And I still have 6 torches, so...
The way is lit. The path is clear. We require only the strength to follow it.
Okay, so since I only have to explore 90% of rooms, I just need to go down and then either to the right or the left. Whoops, there's a trap.
Cruel machinations spring to life with a singular purpose.
Ah, luggage. I don't know what obstacles I'm going to meet, so I'm actually going to use the key here. Let's move this over.
A
These
full
up.
pack often attracts
There we go.
unwanted attention.
That it does around here. Okay. And we have scouting. Now, do I go to the two curios in an empty room, or do I go to the room battle? I could reasonably do both. Well, let's see what happens. Our first hunger check. Oh, another effigy. Let's see. Who has few positives? Our flagellant has the fewest positives, so let's give him some cold water. He's now a natural. Greater HP when naked and receives more healing. Excellent. He and the buried are now naked together. And we can continue adventuring. Still have 4 torches left. So I can go and at least try that room battle, that hallway battle over there. And if I'm still feeling good after that, I could maybe try the room battle. Let this not be hubris. It's spiders. Surprise spiders. Alright, let's get some bleed on. 3 damage. And we've each got 6 hit points. Well, let's get some healing going. Actually, I will do a weakening curse. Oh, dodge. For shame.
Another one falls.
Oh, very nice. Gave herself horror again, though. Oh no, they marked my lamia. Hooray, a miss. Ew. How much antivenom did I bring? Enough. Except that she's stunned. Oh, that's very unfortunate. Okay, let's clarify.
Press this advantage. Give them no quarter.
Well, let's... There we
As the
go.
fiend falls, a faint hope blossoms.
Oh, that's bad. Okay, let's get some healing going. Oh, a crit for 18. Excellent. And she resisted the bleed. Alright, you take some antivenom. And cure some horror. There we go. And you resisted the horror that time.
Seize this momentum. Push on to the task's end.
Okay, I'm feeling good about this. I'm feeling pretty reasonable. Let's try this last room battle and hope that I'm, you know...
In Radiance, may we find victory.
In we go! And it's a locked chest, of course it is. Alright, let's get some bleed going on the back row. Oh, the last one resisted. Let's see. That was a nice hit. And yank. Okay, and what if I lured this one? Ah, resistance. Ouch. Resist? Oh, no. Alright, let's get some heal going. Yeah, let's... 3 and 3, yep, they're dead. Okay. And I'm going to move him back. Alright, we're back to where we're supposed to be. Alright, clarify.
A decisive
Nice crit.
pummeling.
Alright. Let's take out the injured one. And clean off that extra... Oh, no! Cure failure. That's a new one. Curse? Try it again? There we go. I think I can afford this at this point. I want to see what it does. Well, it stressed everybody out, but he was stunned. Sure, let's weaken him some more. Alright, who gets to hit him? Why not? I was avoiding using that the entire time because it sent her back. Oh, it sets off Reposit. I should have used that much more.
Remind yourself that overconfidence
Dang,
is
that's a
slow
good skill.
and insidious killer.
And we got a bleed charm. Excellent. And just because it bothers me. Alright, you. Normally I would use a key on this, but I don't have a key. So... I I believe I can get the same effect by using antivenom? Well, it did neutralize a trap, so I'll take it. Both the literal and the figurative. Excellent. I'm very pleased. This went really well.
Every cleared path and charted route reduces the isolation of our troubled estate.
That went well. That was a good combo. I could have wished for more treasure, but... Let's see, our flagellant has become irrepressible, which means that if he gets stressed out, he has better chance of getting a virtue. Our buried is not more curious people, and has quick reflexes, which gives her speed overall. Excellent. Our occultist has become unyielding, which means that he resists death blow. That's pretty awesome. And our Lamia has developed Thanatophobia, which means she gets extra stress if her HP is low. But she also gains speed if her HP is low, so that's... They sort of counter each other, in a way. Medical ward treatments
In
can
time,
sometimes break
you
out
will
more
know the
disease.
tragic extent of my failings.
I see a big red question mark in my roster. Yes, field hospital. Collaboration between professionals is vital to the health and safety of the hamlet, though their constant bickering might suggest otherwise. This has sent us an exterminator and a plague doctor? The exterminator has second wind, more damage if they're badly injured, but flawed release, which is less crit on range skills, which is the majority of yeah, that's not great. And the plague doctor is a backtracker. No stress penalty when walking backwards. Handy if you have a whole party of it. But is faithless, so will not prey or flagellate. But does have some of my favorite plague doctor skills. Well, I might as well add them to the... In you go.
What better laboratory
Wait
than
a
the
minute.
blood-soaked
What does that say under there?
battlefield?
Hold on, we're going to take this exterminator after all, just so I can read what it says here.
Extreme, but necessary measure.
The treatment and medical wards are free. That means that I can remove a negative quirk from somebody. Alright. Our Vestal had a night on the town and recovered 56 stress. Our Templar has gone in search of a holy vision, but recovered 69 stress and is no longer paranoid. Bow chicka wow, but, you know, wandering the moors in search of visions. And our Stargazer has meditated and recovered 56 stress and is no longer refracted. Our Lamia, our Buried, and our second Flagellant have all leveled up to level 1 and survived the dungeon. Excellent. And now the question is, whose negative quirk is the worst? Who is level 1 that I am definitely going to keep, that I want to remove something from? And do I have enough to get more patient rooms? I am slightly short, but I do have a lot of portraits and deeds. Works for me. Alright. Oh, that's the disease ward. Oh, I don't have 20 busts. Oh, well. It's not as if it's a bad thing to increase the medical ward, but at the moment I don't think I have anybody diseased. If I'd been to the Warrens recently, I would probably have much more of a problem, but nope, nobody is diseased right now. So, what we want is somebody who has locked in something not helpful. I'm checking my list, and Tally has a lazy eye, which is -5 on range skills, which are all that my Vestal uses. Now, admittedly, she is a Vestal, which means she doesn't attack much. So perhaps I should remove the Nervous Bleeder from the Lamia? This is so difficult to decide. Oh, wait. That'll teach me to read the entire list. Mortimer misses the spot. Mortimer is getting cured of missing the spot. Locked traits are the most expensive ones to remove. So you always want to remove a locked trait when they're free. And I'll just cross him off the list. I'm keeping a list of all the locked traits on my heroes. I don't do that during stream. I go in on Friday or Saturday and just make a list of all the locked traits that have showed up since the last time. Just so that I don't end up having to go through every single character saying this, that, and the other thing and forgetting who has what and where. Anyway, now that that's taken care of, let's check out the Stagecoach. Yet another exterminator, which I doubt I'm going to take since I already have one that I don't want. In fact, I can send him away. Farewell. Yes, shoo, go.
Another soul battered and broken, cast aside like a spent torch.
I don't know that he really counts as battered as broken since I didn't use him at all. But whatever. Alright, we have yet another buried, but considering that I have two, I don't know that I really need a third one. And this one is thin-blooded anyway. I mean, less blight resist. But we do have an abomination here, and I'm pretty sure I don't have one yet. Nope, there is no abomination here. An abomination is one of the base game classes, one that, comes along with it. The only transformation class included in the base game, as far as I remember. But let's see, this one is a Warren's Adventurer, handy, and Night Owl, which, given the way I keep the torches high, is, And he's also a slow draw, which means that the first round he goes last. But that's alright. I will take that. Because they're a transformation class, they come with all of their skills already unlocked.
Tortured
Very
and
handy.
reclusive. This man is more dangerous than he seems.
And we have a cataphract here, which is another one that I am pretty sure I don't have one of yet. This one's a Warren's 10 tactician and a stress faster, which means that the more stress he has, the less he eats. Interesting. But he's obsessed with food, so that's, perhaps he's been fasting too much. Cataphracts are, as far as I remember, just a straight up... Well, this one is a straight up damage class, because his healing skills are not unlocked yet. But mostly they do damage, and they have a little bit of healing on the side. So... I'm gonna put him down here with the salamander. Okay, and does anyone need to be sent for stress relief? A lot of people are looking pretty low and comfy at this point. Probably Dacrytalipede could use another week of relief. Particularly Tally will only flagellate our Tally. Off you go. Ah, that little witch. They really want to make sure you know what flagellation is. Alright. What do we have on offer besides the Necromancer Apprentice, because we're still leveling people, darn it. Alright, we have a short for 100% of room battles for that flagellant hood. We have a medium for 100% of room battles for the Stargazer trinket from... Why have these not turned over? That's strange. We have a medium for explore 90% of rooms that comes with an antiquarian trinket, and I don't have an antiquarian yet here. Although it is just protection without any negative, which does make it tempting. We have a short in the Cove for musketeer boots. Alas, my lost musketeer. I lost my musketeer last week. She shall be missed. I might have gotten musketeer boots before. Let's check. And just in case, I don't remember. No, I didn't think so. But yes, if we sort it by character class and we look through... No, I do not have any boots. So that's a possibility. The Weald has advanced to the point of having its own boss quest, oh joy, for killing the wizened hag. And has a medium quest for activating infected corpses. Blighted corpses lay strewn about the old road, teeming with filth and disease. Journeys to and from the hamlet pose constant threat of sickness. Destroy this blight with potent salve. And that rewards with a Houndmaster trinket for stun at the cost of speed. Oh, that's tricky. this is a tough decision. Well, it is nearly 10 o'clock, so I think what I will do is set up to go on this medium mission for the Houndmaster thing. My first medium mission, and once everything is set up, I will then take a quick break and we can come back and I can run the medium length dungeon right after the break. But the question is, for a medium mission, who do I take? Who's going to go to the Weald with me today? Should we take the one obsessed with cleanliness to a place where we're apparently going to be exploding diseased corpses? Let's see. Well, let's try taking the milkmaid. She doesn't really have very many attacking skills, unfortunately, and the one that she does have only works from a different position than her healing skills. I'm not so sure I like the green. Oh, here we go, purple. Purple's good. Sure, let's see. And the druid, perhaps? Let's see. Oh, she wants to be in the same spot that I've got the milkmaid in. Well, perhaps if I take her instead of the milkmaid. I'm trying to look through my level zeros just to... Well, she mostly wants to be in the back, so let's take the air as well, despite her being marked by the flock. It's a pity both flagellants are level 1 now. They're handy in this dungeon we're going to. So, you know what? Let's take our butcher as our second liner, I think. Yeah, it looks like he likes being in the second spot. But who to put in our front line? That is the question. well, let's take the cataphract. And we'll just switch those two, and then we can just sort of dance forward and backwards as we see fit. I'm taking a party of all level 0s on a camping trip. I didn't even check their camping skills. This is probably something I should do. Alright, camping skills. Alright, pep talk. Study. Ritual. What have you got? Wound care. Loud complaining. Which reduces her own stress but increases the stress of party members. That's excellent. Oh, and she has a cleanse campsite which prevents nighttime ambush. That's very important. Encourage. Mend banner, which increases self-healing. Nice. Oh, and also has a skill for preventing nighttime ambush. And our butcher has encourage, has anticipation, and has beverage, which gives blight resist. Interesting. I can work with this. I will take 20 food, I think. That should be enough. So, I'm going to save hitting the embark button. For the time being, I'm going to go and take a quick break for myself. I'll refresh my coconut water and I'll take a quick bio. I'll switch over the music so that we don't run out. And I will return in a few minutes.